I enjoyed drama at school and always wanted to be in the play, and I love putting on a performance. And as a child, I would always role play with my cousins and friends, and I had this thing about performing and doing things, but I kind of chose the sensible route and did business. I studied business at university, and then my year tutor said to me, business isn't you. I can see you working in the media industry. And I did think, that would be really good to do. But, I'm of short stature and, what kind of work would I get? What would I do? And so I moved to London, and then I worked in advertising sales, and then I went for auditions and tried to build up my CV and met agents. And I once auditioned for Blue Peter as a presenter. For a BBC show as a talk show host.
Did you get it?
Things. I got to second stage.
Oh, cool. So it boosted your confidence?
It did, it helped. Yeah. And I used to I still keep fit a lot. Keeping fit's a big thing. And I got made redundant. I ended up working in recruitment, got made redundant. Had a little bit of work behind me in the media industry.
Right.
And then my first film role was Harry Potter as a goblin. But behind me getting into this, I had always thought, I want to try and change perceptions.
Yeah. And
I don't want to do stereotypical thing. Yes, I'm small, but I don't want to be in the media industry and be the person who is, doing stereotypical thing. Media is a voice, and I wanted to use it and, do different things and say, no matter what you look like, what you are, you can do what you want to if you put your mind to it. Right. And self-belief is so important. So I worked on Harry Potter with so many other short actors as a goblin.
First day of Goblin filming. It was a tremendous day, actually. I think when everybody walked onto set, fully dressed in their suits and their makeup and wigs, and sat at their positions, it was quite special.
Loving it. It's breathtaking. And I was fortunate that Warwick Davis asked me to stand in for him when he was playing Grip in Flitwick, and that was the best on-the-job training I had ever had. And then
bless him.
And then, I worked with some amazing crew who went on to other films, and then, fortunately my name came up, and, slowly I ended up working on films and being a professional, taking it seriously and, putting my heart and soul into it and, being the best person I could be on set. And, and then I ended up working on Star Wars as well. As a kid, watching Star Wars, and I remember meeting all of you guys, how we all met as well. Like, for example, Katy, it was a show and tell for Abu Dhabi. Obviously, I'd met you, Kiran, before.
At Pinewood Studios.
Yeah. And I said to you, how long have you been doing this for? And it was, your first,
well, it was my first.
And I thought, my God, I thought you'd been working in this for ages. And then I remember Maz's Castle, which we've all worked in, and then I remember meeting you, Dee, and then I remember meeting you, Stephanie, and your costume, and I saw your heels, and I could see it was uncomfortable, but you didn't moan at all.
First
and you
the
were
ladies
so
noticed the
heels. Of course.
Han Solo!
Oh boy. Hey, Maz.
And then I remember talking to you on Rogue One, And then, you know, we were sitting there talking, and we were just talking about how we ended up in this industry. And then Dee was like, yeah, I was in this band, Emanate. And for the first time, I was like, starstruck. I was like, what?
Yeah, we're sitting there talking about being starstruck about all these people doing creatures that people don't even see or know about. You know, and then that conversation happens. Yeah, it's a bit surreal.
Yeah, but so, yeah, here I am. But the business in me is still there, you know, that I want to earn a good living.
So how did you actually get that job, being a goblin in Harry Potter?
So they were looking for a number of actors of short stature.
Yeah.
And fortunately, I had been made redundant, and I think it was the best thing that ever happened to me, because then I ended up working with such amazing crew, first ADs, directors, and, you know, who then got to know who I was and took me seriously. And then, you know, I did Attack the Block as the little alien running on all fours with arm extensions, the best workout ever. And then working with John Boyega then, and working with him again on The Force Awakens. And he said to me, are you going to do some proper acting? It's like, well, this is acting. It's like, you know, in front of the camera.
No, I saw you doing some proper acting in your motion capture suit, sat there with John and Daisy, BB-8, and Mr. Ford sat there, and you're doing giving them the movements and the dialogue for Maz. And I was sat there, I was just watching. I'm like, this is good. The only thing missing was popcorn. So at least he got to see your acting then.
Yeah, thank you.
Actually, it helped his acting maybe. There have been many occasions where we've been on set, and Kiran and I just sat there chatting, and I could listen to this man talk all day. Yeah, the only thing missing is me taking down notes. You know, the best advice in the world. But it's when, Kiran, you're telling me about your history, like, it's not like you're doing it chronologically. You just mentioned an odd film that you worked on here, there, and everything, and it just keeps going further and further and further back. Yeah. You know, to the point where you realise that whenever you walk on a set, you're the most experienced person on that set. Yes,
I think a lot of people are.
Well. We're talking about producers and directors who've grown up watching films that you're in. So let us start now by telling us with some of these people that you've worked with, some of these projects.
Well, I mean, the first film originally I was going to be involved with was Star Wars, the original one in '76.